guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the news. But before we get to that, I want to let you know we are doing, I'm curing a 20-pound brisket. I started that yesterday. Check out this video. Absolutely glorious. It's going to turn out, I'm so excited. A 20-pound brisket, I'm going to cure this, and it's going to hang for an entire year in my pantry. And I will bring it back out in January of 2026, and we will cut into this. I'll probably do it with my patrons, and we'll have that experience together because I'm doing a lot of meat curing over there. We had the big award. I don't know, how do you categorize that? I can't say certain things over there because of lawyers involved. But we are doing, I would say, I can say it on YouTube, a giveaway to my patrons for people who do the best lamb quarter or animal quarter cure. And so I've got a lot of meat hanging in my pantry right now, and then the patrons are sending me pictures of theirs, and one of those is going to be awarded. I can't say when. Awarded, or I can't say giveaways. Awarded an OUPES solar generator. An OUPES solar generator, it's, I think the Mega 1 is what we're going to be giving away over to one of the patrons. And so they'll send me a picture of it all decorated out and all finished, and the winner will get that. But I've got a lot of meat hanging right now. We're going to add this to it. So this will cure for about, I don't know, a month. I'll put it maybe like a month or a few weeks inside of my root cellar. And then after that, I'll bring it into the house in my pantry, and it'll hang there for a year in a non-climate controlled environment. Normally people would do this with hams, and they would hang them in their barns all year round, for a full year during summer. The only thing you really got to do is make sure the rats don't get it. And when you hang them in the barn, and then it doesn't matter how hot it gets in there. Just kind of keep it as long as it's dry. And so I'm sure it'll be very interesting in January of 2026 when we unwrap this and take a look at it. But that's what we're going to do. That's the next thing I'm curing right now is that. And then there's a lot of other stuff that we're doing over there when it comes to the L. reuteri yogurt. I got some of that. It's working fantastic. I'm really excited about that, and I'm going to be sharing that with my patrons here very soon. Some of you guys know about the L. reuteri if you've ever heard about Dr. William Davis, who's been promoting this as a probiotic that you can't get from most foods. It's something you're born with, but if you've ever been on those antibiotics that the pharmaceuticals push on you, you probably don't have this in your gut anymore. It's gone. So I'm sharing that with the patrons. I'm making my own L. reuteri yogurt, and it's going fantastic. Had a lot of successes so far. I'll share more of that over there. But today, we're going to talk about all of this stuff going on with the red dye 3 being banned in the United States. The FDA has come out and they are banning red dye 3. This is something that you will see in Peeps. Peeps? Why would you eat these things? I mean, seriously? Why? If you eat Peeps, leave a comment below because we all want to laugh at you. They're just absolutely disgusting. I think they're in Peeps. I'm pretty sure they're in Peeps. Pez, I think they're reported to be in Pez. And most of us who grew up in the 80s, we've all grown up on Pez. We all had our favorite Pez dispensers. And they're definitely a collectible item for a lot of people. And then I think, Pop-Tarts and some other things out there where you find red things in their foods, beverages and stuff like that. It's a poison. It's always been a poison. I think it's been banned in cosmetics for over 20 years in this country. It's definitely banned in Europe and other places. But now they're finally coming around to banning red dye 3. Yeah, if you're an American, you do this. If you're European, you do that. But 3. Standard, metric. Okay, these are freedom units. Okay, let's take a look at some of the headlines. FDA bans red dye 3. Yeah, there's a picture of the Pez right there. And then I think you'll find things with Peeps. And it says FDA moves to ban red dye number 3. I don't know if it takes effect or when it takes effect, if it's immediate. It says what foods have red dye 3? FDA ban due to cancer links could impact these. Is it in candy corn? Oh, say it ain't so. I don't eat candy corn. I haven't eaten it in years, but still, gummy bears, that makes sense. If you've got pork in that, might as well add red dye 3 to it. Anyway, avoid these foods with red dye 3. Bubble gum, bubble, whatever, delicious. So it's in lots of stuff. And there's all kinds of news articles talking about how the FDA has now moved to ban this stuff. But one of the things I have seen online, which kind of perplexed me, is a lot of people, even some people who I would think are more health conscious than others, have come out and said, you know what? If people want to eat these things, go ahead and let them eat it. They should have that freedom. We live in America. You know, as someone who served in our armed forces, I understand, as someone who has read a lot of the writings of the founders, the original intention of the government being small and constricted was to only serve the benefit of the people. We're to have a standing military. We're to have the ability to protect the citizenry. That's what the government was supposed to be, to protect the citizenry and not be in all these other things we're into. But in my opinion, this is part of protecting the citizenry. If enemies, foreign and domestic, rise up and do certain things that's going to affect the citizenry, it's up to the government to stand in and say, no, we're not going to do that. And the FDA was originally created, its original intent was to protect the consumer, you and I, from things that probably we shouldn't consume. Red dye number 3. And so I have no problem with the government coming out and saying, hey, we shouldn't eat this anymore. That's its original intent. The problem with this is, number one, red 3 is not the only one out there. You have red 40, yellow 5, and a whole host of other horrible, horrible things. Every single one of these dyes come from petroleum products. So if you see yellow 5 or red 40 or red 3, just understand you're consuming gasoline. That's basically what you're consuming, because that's where it comes from. You're consuming a petroleum product. And gasoline, like red dye 40, is a petroleum product. You wouldn't drink gasoline. Why would you eat candies? It's so good, though. I just love my Peeps. Oh, gasoline doesn't taste like Peeps. If gasoline tasted like Peeps, we'd all drink gasoline. Absolutely ridiculous. But do you understand? It's like, first off, this doesn't go far enough. We should be banning all of these things. And I even see people like who I look up to and a lot of other homesteaders look up to, Justin Rhodes, who's like, man, let's just read the tweet. Here's the tweet. Not a fan of red dye, but shouldn't people be allowed to eat whatever they want? It's unsettling the power of a government agency has to ban or allow. What's next? Red meat and eggs? Then it's guns. And finally, religion. Okay. And my response to this is, Justin, they didn't ban red dye. There are lots of ways for you to get red dye. What they banned was a proven poison from being put into consumer products that you're going to eat and ingest, that other people are unknowingly, because who does research on all these ingredients these days that you can't pronounce? Nobody has time for that. So, who's going to do it? Well, that's why you have a federal agency. The problem is this federal agency has been corrupted, and you have lobbyists from the food industry that have come in and they have basically taken it over, and you have people who move back and forth from the FDA to the food industry and back from the food industry to the FDA, and they're all making deals for their cronies and their buddies, because power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And so the FDA is meaningless today. That's why you've got all this stuff, because companies want to find the cheapest way possible to make things that people will buy. And they can make them look amazingly scrumptious. Oh, they look so appealing to us in our eyeballs. And so we buy these things thinking they're going to be delicious and healthy and they're not going to cause problems. They won't give us cancer. They won't give us diabetes. And lo and behold, we're all sick and dying. We have all these problems today. So there we go. Now, listen, you can still get red dye. Red dye is fine. You can get red dye in a lot of places. You can use beet juice. You can use all kinds of things to get red dye. But proven poisons, yes, they should be absolutely removed and banned from the consumer market if you're going to be eating these things. The FDA finally did something right, but the FDA has a long way to go. You got a long way to go, pal. A long way to go. Red 40 and yellow 5 and all these other things that are out there. You got a long way to go. And good luck getting that stuff out. You better pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Okay? Because now more than ever, there are poisons out there in the supermarkets and at the grocery stores. And all of these processed foods are slowly killing you, which is why homesteaders need to be going through and trying to figure out ways to be more sustainable, grow your own foods, raise your own animals, process those meats, and then go ahead and whole food products. Consume whole food products because you're going to be much better off with that. And then understand where you're getting some of these products. Try to make a majority of those whole food products come from sources that you know and trust locally in your area. Get to know your farmers. Get to know your dairy people. Get to know your meat producers and talk to them and buy from them. And that will ensure that you'll be able to buy those things in the future because people are going to keep producing what people pay for. And right now, people are paying for a whole and consuming a whole lot of Red 40 products. And so the food industry will keep making those, and they'll keep paying millions of dollars to lobbyists to make sure the lawmakers and the bureaucrats who desperately need some tar and feathers over at the FDA continue to allow all of these poisons in your food. All right, we'll leave it at that. PerfectPickler.com, whole food products. You take whole food products, you put them in a jar, you put a little bit of water and a little bit of salt, and all of a sudden, boom, you've got this amazing probiotic concoction that gives you good gut health. Make your own probiotics from the comfort of your own kitchen. This is the master system, and this is the value package. And we are selling a bunch of these things over at perfectpickler.com. Grow your own probiotics. I did that video not that long ago where showed most of the probiotics they sell in the stores are all full of lies. When you take those things and you go take them to a lab and you test them, there's no probiotics in it. You know, there's absolutely zero, none, or very little. Or a lot of the probiotics, because there's lots of different types of probiotics. There's different strains of different bacteria. But the ones they try to promote that are in there are not in there. Okay, so that's been proven now today. It's there. You got to grow these things your own. It's like most things you want done in life. You do it yourself. PerfectPickler.com, get you started on that. Makes a great gift for anybody you might know who's also health conscious, who is suffering from like SIBO and other things that may need a better way to have a more wholesome diet. PerfectPickler.com. Also, these herbal extract books. We're going to talk more about these and some of the things inside there coming up in the future. I won't go there, but we're going to talk more about this in the future. But these books are very expensive. They're written 100 years ago by this guy named Dr. A.B. Howard. These are now out of copyright and out of print. And if you buy them on Amazon, you're going to pay big bucks. I saw the other day that this was going for like a couple $100 now. And this was going for like over $2,000. So it's a dual set. So one set gives you all of the tinctures and what they're for. It doesn't tell you how to make tinctures. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube land on how to do that. It tells you what to do with them once you've made them and why. And then this one tells you all of the different blends you can make with those tinctures in order to make a more effective tincture. So you've got all these tinctures out here on this one, and then you blend them, mix them and match them with different tinctures in order to make them even more effective. And this one, I couldn't believe the price I saw on Amazon for that one. It's crazy. The reason they're so expensive is because they're valuable and rare. Okay, rare things are valuable. Okay, there's great information contained within those books. If you want these, I give these to all my patrons for as little as $1 a month. Some of you guys join for higher levels at my Patreon. And we just finished a batch of our smoked salt that our Crockett level homesteaders are going to be receiving in the mail. I'm waiting for the labels to get here for the packages, and then we will ship those out. So be sending that out here hopefully soon. But even if you join at the lowest level, which is $1 a month, you get access to these books that will cost you literally thousands of dollars if you were to buy them online. It's a PDF. It's the 3rd edition, the latest edition, okay? And I give you a link to download those once you join Patreon. It's in the little collections tab up there at the top. Once you join, go look for that collections tab and you can download it for as little as $1 a month. If you join at higher levels, I appreciate it. And also you'll be, I just received another OUPES solar generator in the mail. It's the Exodus 1200. I'll be doing a review on it. Exodus 1200. And I'll be doing a review on that with my ham radio communications setup and some other things. And it just finished it's charging right now. I got it yesterday. So I'll be giving that away to my patrons here soon too. I've got the Mega 1, the OUPES Mega 1. That's going to be given away to whoever wins that meat hanging contest. Sending me a picture. That'll be an award. I can't say a giveaway. An award to one of my patrons. And this new OUPES, the Exodus 1200, I think, that also is going to be an award because there are lawyers involved and I can't say giveaway for some stupid reason. Shakespeare once said, "Kill all the lawyers." And here we are today because we failed to listen to Shakespeare. Okay, what do you think? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Red dye 40, red dye 3, Peeps. Are you eating Peeps? Leave a comment below. Let us all know if you still love your Peeps. See you next time on the Homestead. Bye. In the spring of 2024, Saudi Arabia ended the long-held practice of requiring its oil to be sold in U.S. currency. And recently, governments around the world have been repatriating their physical gold from Western banks, opting instead to hold that gold within their own borders. China, meanwhile, continues to set records in terms of stockpiling its physical gold reserves, while at the same time dumping billions in U.S. treasuries. All these instances can otherwise be called indicators. Indications that the world is readying itself to participate in trade that does not involve the United States or the dollar. And at home, our banks are showing signs of a deflationary collapse, in which case the FDIC does not have a fraction of the funds on hand to ensure you can get your money should your bank fail. On the other hand, they keep telling us inflation is getting under control, but for some reason, the prices we pay day to day keep going up and products we pay for keep getting smaller. I've put a link in the description below this video that will allow you to start the process to convert money you may have already saved into precious metals that you yourself can hold. You hold it, you own it. Throughout history, precious metals have always been accepted for goods and services, even in the most chaotic of economies and war-torn countries, dating all the way back to when Alexander the Great ruled the known world. Guys, we're over $35 trillion in debt. If you're concerned, I don't blame you. ITM Trading has a well-documented history of helping people put their money into physical metals that you hold. Again, if you hold it, you own it. Hit that link below and see how ITM Trading can help you get the ball rolling towards financial sustainability. The consultation is free and there's no pressure. They will show you your options based on your concerns and goals you have for the future. By doing this, you're safeguarding wealth just like people have done successfully for literally thousands of years. You are now part of that history. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the Homestead that we make here on the Homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.